How you doing, guys? Big Mac Dan Score here again today, back once again with another Wizarding Wednesday for you. And in today's video, I'm not going to be unboxing anything because I've run out of things to unbox now. So what I thought I'd show you is something I've painted up. Fantastic, I've started painting stuff, but there's a caveat there. This isn't actually my stuff. As part of my December painting project, I said I was painting something up because I wanted to play with it over the Christmas period. What was actually the case was, and this video is going out the day after Christmas, so it's fine. They've opened the present now and they really like it. It's a present for someone, so I wanted to make sure it was painted up for Christmas Eve because I was seeing them on Christmas Eve and giving them the gift then. So it's Christmas Day today as I record this. Just going to go to my mum and dad's house for Christmas dinner. But without further ado, onto the video for you. I might do a little voiceover as the video goes along. There's going to be a few pictures in there, a little bit of a sweeping camera shot, but the colours are a bit washed out in that video. So what is more likely going to be the case is the picture's going to come up for you, so you can get a good look at them. Good look at what I've done with them. It's not like an outstanding paint job, but it's one that I'm satisfied with. And a few things need changing on the minis, like the bases. I'm going to go back in and try and redo the bases somehow. Just change them with techniques I've seen from other YouTubers like Ian Aitken. If you're after more Harry Potter content, make sure you check out his channel. He does a lot of night model stuff, so the Batman, the DC Universe games, and the Harry Potter games. I think he's got some Marvel stuff as well, but I've not had a look at that yet. And obviously night models don't do the Marvel minis anymore, so that's just unfortunate. But without further ado, here's a nice showcase for you, probably with me talking a bit.
So first off, I might as well show you a nice collection of spiders here. There's not a lot to talk about really. For all of the miniatures here, I've used zenithal highlighting techniques and then basically thinned down brown on the spiders here and some washes on the base to pick out the different stones. The same techniques were used on all of the miniatures in terms of zenithal highlighting. But on this one in particular, I used a bit of dry brushing on the skirt just to give it that rough fabric sort of look. And then this next miniature, I wanted to keep all of the colours dark on the Death Eaters. But this one in particular, I gave an Inky by Darkness cape where the rest of them have a brown cape, just in order to imply that connection to Slytherin more than anything. And on this miniature, I used Warblock Bronze, I think it was, on the Death Eater mask, and used some Ushebti Bone on the swirls on the mask to pick out the detail. This one has a mask with Relicta Gold on, I think, and I used a Druchii Violet shade. I use that on all of the Death Eater masks, actually. It's just quite a nice contrasting colour with both silver and gold, the Druchii Violet, and so also it sort of implies a sort of magical, purple's quite a magical colour, I think, so using it on these miniatures I think is quite useful. You'll notice as well on all of the Death Eater clothes I've used quite dark tones, so the capes are brown, as I said, and there's basically Inky by Darkness, dark blues and other dark colours on there to give you them that sinister nature. So the first of the three students we'll be taking a look at is Ron Weasley. The pants on all the students was Storm Vermin Fur, I think, as a base coat. And then I used a wash of Agrax Earthshade. I used Agrax Earthshade also as a wash on the hair. The first layer of the hair was Mud Brown from Vallejo, and then Fire Dragon Bright to bring out that bright ginger look of the Weasleys. You'll notice I've not painted the eyes or anything on the miniatures. I didn't want to go too detailed, but I did a few bits here and there to pick out detail, like on Hermione's scarf, as we can see, just picked out a few stripes in Avalon Sunset over the corn red of the scarf. If I remember rightly, the colour we used on Hermione's hair was a Vallejo brown. I think it was the mahogany brown. And I really watered it down just to allow the zenithal highlight to do its magic and pick out those brighter bits on top of the hair. Interestingly as well, the colour I used for the jumpers of the Hogwarts students was Warp Fiend Grey, which is actually like a really purpley grey when you look at it in the bottle, but then when you paint it onto the miniature, it doesn't look quite so purple. That was under recommendation of Ian Aitken, who's done a few painting tutorials for some of the Harry Potter miniatures, so definitely check out his channel. I'll pop a link in the description below. As you can see on Harry's eyes and around his glasses, I had a bit of trouble around the glasses. They almost look a bit like sunglasses. I've gone a bit too heavy on the black there around his eyes. But I think it's not too bad, and I can go back in there in the future and pick out his eyes a little better, given those green eyes that he's renowned for. Let's just finish here with a couple of group shots. First off, the Hogwarts students, all members of Gryffindor, of course, and then the Death Eaters. You can see that together look like a unified force there, which I really like. And then a group shot of all of the miniatures I painted. They look quite good, arrayed together as they are, and I think they'll look very distinctive, and it'll be easy to tell the difference between the two sides once you get them into the game. I've not had a chance to play the game yet, but I'm hoping to play it in the near future. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the battlefield.